Welcome to part number 8 of the Mega Man X3 Kirby Challenge. Now before we head off to Neon Tiger's stage, we have to do a little bit of item collection, this time with the spinning blade. Now as I said in the last video, the spinning blade isn't a fabulous weapon, but it's also not a terrible weapon. Basically what happens is you shoot out 2 spinning blades that will go forward a short distance and then head backwards. Now most of the time that really doesn't matter because you're going to be attacking enemies at close range, so it really doesn't matter. But if you are far enough away from the enemy, it's not going to hit. It's going to act in a sort of a boomerang fashion. It's going to go forward and then it's going to go back. I find the weapon is powerful enough, but it doesn't really get the job done for some of the larger enemies in the game. I feel like the weapon should be a little bit more powerful, seeing how you shoot out 2 blades. So I feel like if you get both of them to connect on the same enemy, it should do a lot of damage. But the weapon is decent enough. It's better than some of the other weapons in this game, like, I don't know, the Frost Shield, but it's average compared to, say, the Tornado Fang. Now this mini-boss, just fight it the same exact way you did with the X-Buster. I'm not really sure if this mini-boss has a weakness. I've never really tested that out. But the spinning blade, it gets the job done. No complaints here. With this section of item collection, I had some ammo issues. Now, if the mini-boss doesn't drop any ammo here, which most of the time it didn't, you have to avoid a lot of enemies in the upcoming section. Luckily though, the boss did drop ammo for me in this run, and it's kind of funny how this challenge works. Sometimes mini-bosses will drop ammo for me, which is nice, but I never seem to complete any stage when a mini-boss drops ammo. I always seem to fail, and I only seem to beat a stage when the mini-boss doesn't drop any ammo. I don't know, it's funny like that. I never seem to succeed when the mini-boss drops ammo, even though the rest of the stage would be easier since I had more ammo. That's just how it worked out. I really don't know why, but that's just how it worked out. With this mini-boss right here, 3 times I got to the final crate and had no ammo left. And I'm not gonna say this stage really frustrated me because it really wasn't that hard, but compared to most other item collection runs, it was a lot harder, and I don't know, it wasn't too bad. It certainly wasn't harder than some of the main stages, but it may give you some trouble. Now you can do this stage with multiple weapons. I chose to do it with the spinning blade, just because I thought it was the easiest weapon to do it with. You could do it with a few other weapons, but I chose the spinning blade. Now I was hoping I would be able to do this with the Tornado Fang, so I could get the ride armor, but unfortunately the Tornado Fang does nothing against the mini-boss, so I was unable to hurt it, which means we can't get the ride armor and we can't use it. Which is unfortunate, but that's just how the Kirby Challenge works sometimes. Sometimes you can't get all of the items, and that's unfortunate, but that's just the nature of the challenge. Anyways, here we are at Neon Tiger's stage. Now, if you don't know, the music for this stage, it is based off a song from the band Guns N' Roses. It's a song called My Michelle, and it sounds exactly like this. Like, there is no doubt in my mind that it was based off that song. I'll link a video of it in the description or whatever. I don't know, I really like the song, but it just doesn't sound good here. It doesn't sound right. It just has that weird instrument they use in X3 all the time, and I just don't like the remix of the song. You might like it, but me personally, I do not. Now Neon Tiger's stage, it is up there with one of the hardest of the 8 Maverick stages, just because there was just so much going against me. You have ammo problems in this stage, which every hard stage has ammo problems. There are some very difficult jumps, which we'll be seeing after one of the mini-bosses. And this stage had one of the most frustrating parts of the challenge, avoiding Bite. It was entirely luck avoiding him. Sometimes he would show up, other times he wouldn't. But most of the time he did show up, and it just made me so angry. Just because I wasn't doing anything wrong. I did not make a mistake, I did nothing wrong, but I still failed just because of luck, and it made me so angry. As you go on through the stages, the chances of Bite showing up get greater and greater, and here, he just shows up so much. If he doesn't show up here, he is guaranteed to appear in the last stage, so keep that in mind. But he could not show up here because you cannot defeat him with the spinning blade. You need to use the ray splash. And I don't know, it just made me so angry every time he showed up. And I knew that I didn't make a mistake. I did nothing wrong. It was just luck, and that made me angry. And that's why this stage was one of the hardest out of all the 8 main stages. You're going to be seeing here that I do need to dash quite a few times just to avoid some of the larger enemies here. Because with these ball and chain enemies, they take 2 to 3 shots. I can't remember if it's 2 or 3, but they take multiple shots, and it's really hard to kill them without them shooting. Like, you have to be very quick, and if you're not standing in the right spot, sometimes your shots don't, like, register. I'm not really sure what happens, but basically after your second shot, it's still alive, and then it shoots its ball and chain at you, and then you die, or not die, you get hit, and you have to restart. And that's the room where you would fight Bit. He showed up a whole lot, and it just made me so angry. I just hate it when I'm doing these challenges that there is something that's luck-based, something that I cannot control. It's something where if I make a mistake, or if I fail but I didn't make a mistake, like, it's just luck-based, and I just don't like that. Enough of that. With those caterpillars back there, those jumps are very hard. They may look like they're not that bad, but they really are, and I failed numerous times there. You can't really kill them. I don't even know if you can kill them, but even if you could, you really don't have enough ammo to take on a Neon Tiger, so even if you could kill them, you don't have enough ammo to do so. Luckily, at the end of the frustrating stage, we have Neon Tiger, which, like Crushed Crawfish, can be trapped in a very predictable pattern. You just hit him, he goes to the right wall, hit him again, he goes to the left wall. Make small adjustments when he's charging towards the opposite wall, just so you don't get hit. I'm pretty sure you can just stand in the very middle of the room and be perfectly fine, but don't take the chance. If you've made it this far, you've gone through a whole lot, so don't take the chance. Make those small adjustments, and you really shouldn't have too much trouble with Neon Tiger. I did not fail once when I made it to him, except that time where I didn't have enough ammo, but that was just a mistake on my part. One of the things with this challenge is you need ammo management. You kind of have to count how many shots you have left, and you need to remember how many you need. It's tricky. It's kind of a skill you need to acquire. I can't really teach you how to do it, but just learn to count. And once you defeat Neon Tiger, you get the Ray Splasher, which is a decent enough weapon. And we'll be seeing it in part number 9.